Catus Maximus here, this time with a short little review of these Harbor Freight bonnets. These are polishing bonnets, both a wool and a microfiber. And on these packages, fortunately I only lost $6. I should definitely be returning these. 9 to 10 inch, and so I thought, cheap, I'll go ahead and give them a shot here on this old American-made DeWalt 10-inch random orbit polisher. So I thought I was going to do a little review. I'm going to have to get some pads just to check it out. And I was noticing that, of course, this is a 10-inch polisher. This pad basically comes nowhere even close to being able to get on there. It does have a pretty stout piece of elastic on there. But I thought, what on earth? This is not a 10-inch pad. Maybe you can just stretch it over it, but not anything realistic like this. There's just absolutely no way. We just crunch this whole thing up and make it all bowed and dished out. And I thought, what on earth? And then I was realizing just how terrible this is. When you get these pads, they really need to have some body to them. And this thing is just super thin. You can see I'm crunching it folded. Here's an angle grinder, a threaded 9-inch pad. And you can see this one's double-sided. But when you want a polishing pad, you need to actually have some real thick pile, just so it's a little softer and actually can hold a bit more compound. Not some tiny little diaper like this. This thing's absolutely terrible. The microfiber one probably is a little bit better considering what it is versus the simulated wool. And I'm going to see if I can even get these on a 9-inch wheel. I have a 9-inch grinding wheel, pretty thin profile there. It's probably going to be near impossible to do. Let's see if this thing will even fit on a 9-inch. It ought to, but it's sized terribly. Jesus, this thing is an absolute bear. So it does fit on it. After wrestling with it for a minute, I got on this 9-inch wheel. Technically, there's enough material there to supposedly fit over a 9-inch or over a 10-inch polisher. But they really screwed up on this elastic. They were probably thinking on their cheesy Harbor Freight one, which probably doesn't have as realistic a pad, I should say, or as thick a pad as this. This pad's probably 1.5 inches thick or something. It's made for much cheesier polishers, and so unfortunately, them fitting 10-inch ones is just baloney. That's all I really have to say about these things. They just made the elastic so tight that to make sure it stays on a 9-inch, that's really just about impossible, even with something that's a 9-inch. I know it's a grinding wheel, but don't call it a 10-inch when it's really not. And it's nice to be able to at least see how terrible and thin these are, meaning I might have to get some more expensive ones because you don't want to use something like this. It just, there's no space to really hold the polishing compound, and then it gets dry real quick. Probably why they made such style elastic is then when it gets drier, it starts getting tacky, and to probably prevent it from falling off, they just said, we're going to put some ridiculous elastic on it. Rather than having something proper like a drawstring or just having deep enough pile where you don't have those type of issues. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.